right, folks, here we go, kids. We got ourselves a Friday high noon edition of the PMP show. Very happy to be here and very happy to see all of you guys lining up on a Friday. Sweet Mad Hatter, Rockin' New Era, Noemi, Patty, Arkansas Dave, Corinne, Rags, Escobar Cheeks the third. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Dami Peralta filling in like
what's up, buddy?
Freaking champion, bro. You've been amazing. Thanks for all you do. Also, a couple of quick shout outs at the top of the show. Want to send out thanks. I was thanking the audience a couple of days ago. I also want to thank Seth the intern, who's had a great first week on the job. Dude,
Yep.
Seth the intern is a short posting madman. Every time I turn around, bam, there's another short. Dude,
Exactly.
we have shorts, we're getting shorts. Okay, so thank you.
Totally.
You've had a great week too. Also want to send out a big hello and thank you to our good friend Bocce Chris out in the East Bay, who kind of oversees the PM. He kind of lurks in the shadows, but he is a great contributor to the show. And I believe the great Bocce Chris will reveal himself to the PMP Familia on August 14th for the Giants game. Pretty sure he'll be joining us for that, so we can all say hello to Bocce Chris. Great guy. Now, speaking of, we got Rod Brooks waiting on deck. He's going to join us in a moment. I wanted to say, before we dive in with Brooksy today, we have our music assignment. If you're just joining us, I posted last night. But if you want to play along, send your songs into pauliespod@gmail.com. We're going to have to cut it off like within the next 5 minutes, though. So get them in quick because Dami puts that list together and then we'll share that on the air, all the listener contributions. Dom, we are giving another pair of Giants tickets away today.
That's right.
I'm excited because Dami has the wheel, the celebratory wheel.
Exactly.
I can't wait. That's one of my favorites. We'll do that a little bit later. The only thing we ask, if you would like to participate in the Giant ticket giveaway, is first off, you got to be a subscriber. So subscribe to the show. We need those subscribers. Your comments have been great. By the way, thank you. We had a great week for comments, which is like
super good week on comments. Yeah, we had the most ever this week, which is great.
That is great. So thank you guys very much. Apparently, that's a big part of this. I'm still trying to figure this whole.
You got to feed Algo. You got to feed Algo.
It's getting, it's a lot. But anyway, thank you guys for the comments. Keep them coming, and also subscribe. And
Paulie, once I get the wheel up when we do that part of the show, I have a list of all the people that have commented. If someone doesn't see their name on there in the chat window, we'll give them a few minutes to just let them know, like, hey, I thought I commented or whatever. Put me in, so we can do that then.
Okay, fantastic. So obviously, kids, the big news today, LeBron James, he has a new home. He's on his way to Philadelphia. It's interesting. We'll talk about that with Brooksy. 49er training camp. We're going to do a little bit on that. Also, Dom reminded me before the show, and it was good. I needed a reminder. Jeff Kent, former San Francisco Giants, about to go into the Hall of Fame. And next year, Bochy and Dusty are going in together. So even though the Giants are god awful right now, at least we got some of our all-time greats being recognized simultaneously. Now, it is time to open the door. I want to introduce Rod Brooks because I want to remind people that I think they think when they think or hear my name or see me or whatever, they think about the Murph and Mac show. But I got my start in radio with Rod Brooks. He was my first ever on-air partner in the late 90s, and what a time we had. Myself, Rod Brooks, Creative Tony producing the show, but he was on the air also. Like we said, open your mic, Tony. We want you in the mix. So me, Brooksy, Tony, and Darren, the great Darren Chan was also like the executive producer. Darren did everything. Darren can do everything. He is one of those radio guys. Like right now, if you put Darren in front of a mic and said, hey, Darren, I need you to give me 2 hours of talk radio, he could do it. He could do it right now. He's one of those guys that can do everything. So anyway, the point is I go way back with Brooksy. He's had a great career, as you know, not only on KNBR, but also now you see him on NBC Sports Bay Area, pre and post Niner games. He does Giant stuff. He does Warrior stuff. Of course, the Grit Code podcast. You got Dante Whitner and freaking Patrick Willis and Brooksy kicking it around. Fantastic. Right. And then, of course, Rod's Quality Hank show as well, which I know a lot of you are fans of because I see you guys comment on that.
And Paulie, earlier today, actually his off-air interview just went on from the leader went on YouTube today too. So it's an off-air chat. So pretty awesome to check out.
Yeah, Brooksy's all over the place, man. And we love the guy. We love his work, and we love him. Let's open the door and bring in Brooksy. Let's see him today. Yeah, Rod Brooks is in the house. What's up,
Rod?
Love the Def Jam.
Yay. First things first, you got an intern?
Yes, dude, we got an intern. Yeah, you got to get one. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
I need one because I have been way too busy. I mean, thankfully, but I've been way too busy to do my own damn show. So let me start by apologizing here on in Particle Land to the fine folks, and there's a lot of crossover. And thank you because of that, because there would be no Quality Hang without the PMP Particle family, without Dom's massive help to get us off the ground. Let me apologize. It's just been so busy this summer. I haven't been able to do my own damn show. I got to get me an intern.
As much fun as we have, and Rod brings up a good point, and we have a great time doing this. But Brooksy's right. There is so much going on behind the scenes, before the show, after the show. And it's like we're booking guests, we're editing content, we're trying to post stuff on social media. So, Rod, what we did is we found this kid. He's a great kid. He lives up here in Novato. He is a college student. And I told him right out of the gate, like I talked to him on the phone a couple of weeks ago. He's interested in sports and sports media and all that kind of stuff and broadcasting. His name is Seth. And I go, hey, listen, man, I would love to have your help, but I can't pay you. We don't have enough cash coming through that I can pay you. But I said, if you can set this up with your school where you can convert your internship into college credits, come on in. And he was able to do that. So he's working for college credits, and that might be the route you want to take. And what we have this kid doing, Brooksy, is he is now in charge of all the social media, which is a huge help. Like, dude, this stuff takes Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. It's endless, dude.
I had to stop doing, you guys, we're talking about clips and posts and all that kind of good stuff. I had to stop doing it because it just got overwhelming. And I haven't even talked about, actually producing the show, because we are professionals, and we have an idea as to how we want our show to look. I love to have, I love the banners. I love to have videos. I love to have, pictures. I love to have all of that integrated into the show, and to be able to do that, even if it is just an hour or at the most an hour and 30-minute show, it's a lot of work to see that vision through. You could half-ass do it and just kind of get on camera and just start talking, and that, I guess that would be fine, but I know for me, and I'm sure for you, when you have a certain way you want to do things and you have a certain standard, you want to adhere to that standard. And to do that requires a lot of heavy lifting. So, I mean, I've kind of had to go on like a summer hiatus, like a summer schedule. Now, once we get, into September, really, maybe a little bit in August, if I have some time, we'll get back in more of a flow, doing 2, maybe 3 shows a week. But man, I mean, over the course of this summer, it's a dated term or dated reference, but you guys remember those old footage, the old black and white footage of the guy spinning plates on like variety shows. And once he got all the plates spinning, you look to the left and you see one plate wobbling, and you run over there, and next thing you know, you got 3 plates wobbling over here. That's exactly what it's been like for me. So I just had to let some of the plates hit the floor. What am I going to do?
Well, you know what I'll do is I'll talk to my guy. And by the way, check this out. Not kidding. The kid's name who's working for us, his name is actually Seth Myers. Swear to God. Like they talk to him. Yeah. But he's a great kid. And I will ask him, I'll say, hey, if you have any other, students that that are interested in internships, I'll send them your way, or I'll let them know that you're looking for help, because it is listen, it's a nice trade-off. Yes, you're not getting paid, but you're getting hands-on experience on a working show on a daily basis, and you're getting college credits at the same time. So there is there's an appeal there for the kid.
And I know that internships that's been abused by corporate America, because what they were doing, and they were pretty naked about it, is they were kind of dangling, hey, you get this experience, and they were getting free labor. But I came up through the intern system.
Me too.
I'm sure you came up through the intern system. There is value in that, and then once you actually do it, and you do it well enough, you eventually start to get paid.
Yeah. And some of these interns that hang around long enough, they wind up getting an opportunity down the road, because they can establish themselves like, this kid's a good worker. He says yes to everything. And then if something does open up, that kid hopefully will be considered. So anyway, dude, we have our own intern now. It has been a big help. Brooksy, listen, dude, we got to start the show today and we have also, let me make the quick announcement. Sorry, that Rod, as our guest musical guest sponsor today, courtesy of Corinne and Pam, Brooksy, I asked him last night, I go, Brooksy, what are we doing on the music assignment? He goes, you know what we're going to do? We're doing the music of Dude, I can't wait to talk yes with you, and we'll do that in about a half hour. Anyway, get your yes song sent in, and we'll get the playlist together. But Brooksy, LeBron to Philly. Here we go. First of all, shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves for just having their logo under LeBron's face for the last month. Like you would see Golden State, Cleveland, Philly, and then bam, there's the Timberwolves. I'm like, dude, freaking way he's going to play with the Timberwolves. Even though I like that team and I like Ann Edwards, I didn't see that as realistic. Brooksy, did this surprise you? LeBron landing in Philly?
It surprised me just from a standpoint that Philly's name was not attached to the LeBron sweepstakes. But when the news hit, once you get past the initial shock, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But let me start here with the Warriors before I get to Philly. I thought he would fit with the Warriors simply from a family and a convenience standpoint. I thought the Warrior thing would work, not because the Warriors were the best team for him to join and it would give him a chance to win a title, but because LeBron's got that crib in Beverly Hills. He's got a kid in college. Got Bronny in L.A., with the Lakers. He's got a young daughter, I believe, is in high school, or maybe she's about to go to high school. I thought the Warriors made sense from not only would he get a chance to play with Steph and Draymond, if that held any value, and I think it did.
Me too. Yeah.
Not as much value as winning a championship, but I think playing with Steph and Draymond held some value. Definitely if they could get Anthony Davis, which the Warriors, of course, were not able to do. I thought that held some value, along with being able to stay on the West Coast, being able to stay close to his crib in L.A., being able to and for it to not be a big disruption for his family. Now, I say all that to say this. When you're rich and you can travel freely, anywhere, then it doesn't matter where you live. Yeah, exactly. The world is your location dot. So now you look at Philly. Of course, it makes sense. They have a legit chance to win a championship.
Crazy. Yeah.
Maxey, Brown, Edgecombe, what's left of Joel Embiid. I mean, that's a really, really, really good team. You add LeBron into the mix, of course, it makes sense he would be a Philadelphia 76er.
And I got to tell you, man, I feel like Philly, I mean, in a way, they did achieve something last year, even though they didn't get past the second round, I guess, where the Knicks took them out. But they beat Boston. They finally beat Boston. That was a big deal for the Sixers. And Brookie, it's funny about Embiid. I've always really liked Embiid. I still like him. He's been so plagued with injuries over the year, but you saw him like rise up in the Boston series. He had a couple of really big games, really big games. I think my question to you, and I don't know the answer to this, but like, how compromised is his health? Like coming, like Joel Embiid, I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, listen, you can't count on him. So what you get out of him is gravy, but it's really, really good gravy because when he can play, Joel Embiid is easily one of the 15, 20 best basketball players on the planet. But again, it's a big if he's healthy. But here's the thing with the Sixers. During the regular season, you ride Maxey, you ride Edgecombe, you ride Brown, okay? Because those are your three young players. Those are your three best players. You manage as best you can the minutes, the health, the playing time of Embiid and LeBron. Get yourself to the playoffs where the games are more spread out. You don't have any back-to-backs. And then you put all that together. You got the amalgamation of all of that talent. That's starting five with Philly. Now, of course, everybody's going to talk about what you get off the bench or whatever. Yeah, I get that. But really, it's about those five guys. Okay?
No,
those are the five guys that are going to be your closing lineup in the last 5 minutes of every single playoff game they play in this upcoming NBA season. That's a good starting five.
No doubt. I like Maxey. I like Jaylen Brown. Hey, Dommy, jump in. I know you got something too, Dommy. Go ahead. Jump in, man.
Yeah, Rod, I was kind of pivoting a little bit over to what does plan B look like for the Warriors now that they kind of put all their eggs in that basket and looking at the free agent list, who's still out there, potential last minute trade. What are you thinking? Like, what's in your head on this one?
Man, I don't know. I mean, really, it's about how quickly can Jimmy Butler come back and how long is it going to take for Jimmy Butler when he is healthy enough to play to get back to what we saw before the injury, because what we saw before the injury was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
I was in Vegas last week and I had a chance to check out the final Summer League game that the Warriors won and was Summer League champions. Axel Lindenborg, yo man, that kid there. And I'm not saying he's going to come in, he's going to be a savior, but boy, he's the wing that they have been desperate for a long, long time. He's got to get better defensively, but boy, you could see it. big kid, strong kid. He's got a little bit or a lot bit. He don't lack for self-confidence.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. I think he's going to flourish under Steph. I think he's going to flourish with Draymond there. But as far as what the Warriors add, dog, I couldn't even begin to tell you because the pickings is slim, dog.
It's super slim.
What happens with, and I don't know the answer to this. I've always felt this way, whether I was working on the radio or just being a fan of sports. Like I always get kind of numbed by the business of sports, and you hear about like deferred money and stuff like that. So if you can explain this, because I don't know what's going to happen with this, what becomes, if anything, of the money that Draymond, I guess, deferred, like he turned it down to accommodate the possibility of somebody like LeBron coming. So he basically walked away from a lot of money. And is that gone now forever, or does Draymond have a chance to get that? Like, how does that whole thing work?
Well, first things first, I'm right there with you. I hate the transactional nature of the NBA. Man, you start talking about separate second aprons and luxury tax and protected, unprotected picks.
Yeah.
I check out, right? I completely check out. But to answer your question, so Draymond had a player option of 28 million, 27 and change million for the upcoming season. He opted out of that for a couple of reasons. I think it had to do with the possibility of getting LeBron.
Yep.
But also, Draymond knew if he opts into that, then he's going to get traded, right? Yep. Because next season, if the Warriors didn't get LeBron, all of a sudden now, next season, the Warriors are not doing well. Draymond Green is going to get traded because that becomes an expiring contract. And I know I just talked about, you start to throw this jargon out there in the NBA. But expiring contracts are valuable because that $28 million to round it up then comes off the books, and the Warriors can ostensibly use that next year in this hypothetical scenario to attract another player in some way, shape, or form. So Draymond knew that even though he was going to get the $28 million, he was going to lose something very valuable, which is control of where he plays. So now that they don't get LeBron, Draymond is in line for a nice payday. Yeah. And the talk is that Draymond could get 3 years, $75 million. I think the first 2 years would be guaranteed. And then my guess in this hypothetical scenario, 3 years, $75 million possibly for Draymond, is that the first 2 years, bam, he's going to get that. The third year is probably going to end up being a team option, which basically makes it just a 2 year, $50 million deal. Well, I know I'm just a kid that's a product of the Houston Independent Public School District, but 2 years, $50 million is more than 1 year, $28 million.
That's it.
So Draymond wins. He was going to win if his homie LeBron showed up.
No matter what.
Or he wins if he gets a multi-year contract worth more than he was going to get in the 1 year, $28 million player option he turned down, which is a smart move.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. The Warriors, I mean, like a lot of people, Brooksy, I just feel it's unfortunate that Steph it looks like at this point that his career is going to wind down on more or less a 500 kind of caliber team, maybe an outlier in the postseason, a play-in team. We don't know. But, I mean, it's just hard to see one of the all-time greats have his career kind of wind down with a whisper instead of a roar. In fact, on that note, Brooks, I also want to bounce off you. I love this, and this has never been done before, as you know, but the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame now opening that Steph Curry exhibit. Dude, that's amazing. That tells you, that's why I always equate Steph Curry's impact to somebody like Jimi Hendrix. Like when Jimi Hendrix came along, he basically turned everything on its ear. People were like, oh, dude, like Eric Clapton was like, I'm going to quit playing. I can't keep up with it. Like he rattled guys, dude. He rattled people, and Steph Curry, the impact he's had on the game, as we all know, he's basically rewritten the way the game is played. And so I'm totally cool with that. But how do you feel about like him having an exhibit for the only active player in history to be honored like that?
No, I love it. The fact that had not been done for Mike J, for Jordan, the fact that it hadn't been done for LeBron. You could just go down the list of players is incredible. Steph Curry shifted the paradigm. A member of the Golden State Warriors, right? The Golden State Warriors, okay? Not a laughing stock because people have to notice you to laugh. People didn't think about the Warriors, right? They didn't know where the Warriors played. They didn't know where Golden State was.
That's true. That's true.
Steph Curry elevated the Golden State Warriors changed the fortunes of a historic joke of a franchise, and in the process shifted the paradigm in how basketball is played, for better or for worse, right? Right? Because you go and watch youth basketball, you can see the Steph Curry effect.
Right.
Yeah. Are your kids playing right now, Brooks?
Oh, it's wild to watch.
Yeah,
it's wild to watch kids just sprint to the 3-point line and get up shots. But hey, man, bruh, when Mike J was doing this thing, we were all trying to be like Mike. So that's just the way it is. But for Steph Curry to shift the paradigm and to change how basketball is viewed, how it's enjoyed, and how it's played, his impact is incredible. And to use the guitarist analogy, I like the Jimi Hendrix thing.
Yeah.
But I think he's more Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, dude.
To where you just go, oh, this dude is different. Like, and obviously Jimmy had that impact.
Yeah.
But
no, I know what you're saying. Totally.
Just like to me, he's more Eddie, where you just like, oh, this dude's from a different planet.
And you know what else, Brooksy, about Eddie is that when he hit the scene, I swear to God, I remember hearing Eruption for the first time. I was like, I think I was probably a freshman in high school, and I was in the back seat of this older kid's car. This kid was like giving us a ride home from school. He played Eruption, and our jaws hit the floor. We're like, what is that? What the hell is this? And I do remember kids saying this, Brooksy. I remember people hearing that and saying like, yeah, that's not real. That's like people said that. They're like, no, this is some kind of studio trick. He must have like combined 3 or 4 different things together. Nope. So people didn't even know how to react. And then to your point about his influence, he was the guy where everybody tried to play like him. Everybody was doing the tapping and all this. And you're right. It wasn't so much of that with Jimmy. People stayed in their lane. They didn't try to become Jimmy or play like him, but they did with Eddie. Everybody wanted to play like that. So that's a great call.
I have to tell you the first time I experienced Eruption.
Yeah.
And so my Van Halen journey started in 1984 when 1984 came out. And then I worked my way backwards. And that's kind of where I started with Yes, a musical assignment. We'll get to that obviously later on. But the first time I heard Eruption was I was at my homie's house, my homie Jay's house. And I was maybe 22, 23 years old. And I had minimal experience with smoking weed, right? And I was at the homie's Jay's house. He had some weed.
Yeah.
Smoked it.
Yeah.
And he put on Van Halen 1.
That's
an Eruption came on.
Here we go, man.
And I heard Eruption for the first time. And I went, oh.
Yeah. You know what else is great, dude, is when after that happened, there were all these guitar players. And like I said, there were people who didn't even believe it was real. They're like, no, that's a keyboard. No, he's got different tracks he combined in the studio. So you know what Eddie did? He goes, okay, fine. Here's what I'm going to do. Van Halen 2, I'll give it to you acoustically. And then he did it again because he gave us Spanish Fly, which is essentially like an Eruption Part 2, but he played it on an acoustic guitar. And in some ways, I like that one even more because it's so badass and clean. And the way he's playing the acoustic it's freaking amazing. All right, let's handle some business real quick. I want to give Longbridge Pizza some love. And then on the other side, Dom, let's share all these supers. He's getting a lot of love, and I want to get that up there. But first off, shout out to Longbridge Pizza. You know him, you love him. You're down. Dommy and I were there on Wednesday, for God's sakes. 2347 3rd Street in the Dog Patch. Brooksy's a regular. I'm a regular. We all love it here in the PNP Familia. If you haven't been down there yet, please do. Any occasion where Chase Center has a game or a concert or even a Giant game tonight, Logan Webb, start the night off with a pregame hit at Longbridge Pizza. They got the flat screen TVs. They've got a variety of great beers available for your drinking pleasure. And then, of course, the back room where we hang out, where Brooksy and I did a show. They can accommodate private parties. Groups of 20 up to 25 people can comfortably fit back there. There's the Nico Pizza, the Sophia, the Joey. Dommy turned me on to the Joey the other day. Try the Paulie Magpie, if I may be so bold. Then there are the sandwiches on Wednesdays, folks. Dommy and I crushed a chicken parm on Wednesday. Zero hesitation, man. We made that thing. That thing disappeared quick. And then, so get on down to Longbridge this weekend. They are closed on Mondays. That's the one day Neil gets to kind of cool his heels. They do deliver to locals. And Neil, the only request Neil's ever made, if you do place a delivery order, do it on their website, which is longbridgepizza.com. LBP.com. One more time, 2347 3rd Street in the Dog Patch. LBP, Longbridge Pizza. That's the place you want to be. And we will see you down there as soon as possible. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Longbridge. We freaking love you guys. And Dami, let's give Brooksy some love here because we got a lot of supers to take care of.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Brooksy, that's our super song. So when we got supers coming in, we handle our business. We play the business time song. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get it again.
Turn it up. Turn it up, Tommy. I know what you're trying to say. It's business now. Yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna be singing that just to myself for the next 48 hours. Thank you.
No idea. Big time.
Yes,
Big time. Here she is, the great queen of the scene, Patty from Napa, giving Rod Brooks some love. Rod, yay. A 2-word post, Brooks.
I love it. Yeah.
Economy of words. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. Freaking perfect. All right, we got Apex Sports Network. Hi, Don, Paulie. I'm a big PMP Particles. I would love to join the show and talk sports with you guys. Hands down are the effing best. Thank you, Apex. That's freaking awesome, dude.
Appreciate the kind word, Apex. Hit us up in the email. We'll get in touch. Paulie'sPod@gmail.com. Give me your particulars. All right, Tommy, keep them coming.
Nice. Proud graduate of Fitz and Brooks University. Same here. I am also a proud grad.
We're all graduates. I tell you what, dude, people miss the Fitz and Brooks show, dude. I hear that a lot too. That was very popular. What was the run, Brooksy? What were the years of Fitz and Brooks?
There were 2 iterations of it. The first one was 99 to early 2001, and then we picked it back up again. I want to say in 2005 to 2016, I think.
Wow.
Yeah,
2016. Yeah.
Brooksy, did you ever go out and play golf with Fitz? Because I know he loves playing golf. He plays with Steph and everything. Did you ever play with him?
I think I only played with him once, and that was way before I got serious and competent. Not that I'm competent at it, but competent at it. But yeah, Bob is a golfer for sure.
Yeah, no, he's serious. Brooksy, speaking of, dude, did you know that, you probably know this, but are you aware of the fact that Eddie Van Halen was a passionate golfer? Did you know about
No, I did not know that.
Okay, dude, check this out. Here's an assignment for you sometime this weekend. Just go to Google or even go to YouTube and enter a search and just say, this, you're going to laugh when you hear this. Swear to God, this is true. Enter Eddie Van Halen, George Lopez, golf.
Yes.
And enjoy. Just enjoy. So they became like golfing buddies. And apparently, George Lopez,
a huge golfer.
Yep, and he became one of Eddie's like closest friends through the game. I found out about this fairly recently, but Eddie did got. Oh, dude.
Sorry, I had to get that up because I had this picture in my head.
Dude, I don't know where you got that from. But incredible.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Probably the second you said that, this photo was in my mind instantly.
God rest his soul. And there are other rock and rollers. There's Alice Cooper.
Yep.
Guy. I'm forgetting some of the other ones, but there are like the rock and roll community plays golf apparently, and Eddie, he was one of those guys too. All right, Tommy, keep the supers coming, brother. Sorry about the detour.
I think we were on Nomi here. Brooksy, miss you and Marcus on Quality Hang.
We haven't gone anywhere. We're just taking a summer hiatus. We're on a summer schedule. I promise you, we will be back in full force in the coming weeks.
Nice.
Rod, if we have time today, I may drag you into one of your own segments from Quality Hang if we have time.
Okay.
So
yes, give me a taste of my own medicine. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I've had some stuff teed up. Yep. It's awesome. All right, we got Miriam. Yeah. If it doesn't go well for LeBron and Philly, the fans will boo him just like they boo Santa.
I mean,
it's on the table, Brooksy.
100%.
Yeah.
But it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
He's going to get some love for sure.
And by the way, dude, Brooksy, before we go to the next super, how do you feel? I mean, I'm kind of observing this and wondering like how pissed off, and maybe they don't really care, but the guys on the New York Knicks who just like slayed the entire NBA, dude. Nobody's giving them like not even a mention. It's like, Boston's going to bounce back. The Sixers are going to be probably favorites now with LeBron. Meanwhile, the NBA champs are just sitting right there going,
well, here's why I will feel no sympathy for the Knicks, because they have all of New York literally Well, I was going to say something vulgar, but they've got all of New York. Like, I just saw a video of Jalen Brunson was out and about in New York, and it was raining, and he didn't have an umbrella because he's a dude. And there were people in New York following him around and covering him with their own umbrellas. So the Knicks, as far as getting love, they're doing just fine in New York. But if you're the Knicks players, what you're saying is, well, that's what they need to do to compete with us.
Wow.
Because we're the defending champs, right?
Yeah.
I'm positive that's how the Knicks collectively are looking at this situation. That's not a desperation move from the Sixers, but it's a move that they had to make because they know if you're going to try and win a championship, and nobody's been able to say this in over 50 years, you're going to have to come through Madison Square Garden to do it.
It's crazy, man. But, I was so impressed that the Knicks just coming out night after night after night. Didn't matter who was in front of them. They're like, Wemby, we'll take care of you too. It was very impressive.
No. Massive respect for what the Knicks did. I don't want New York sports fans to feel any joy whatsoever, but my respect for the Knicks and what they were able to pull off on their title run, it knows no bounds.
And also, I know that you're happy, Brooksy, because we all love this guy, Mike Brown. I'm so happy. It is impossible to dislike Mike Brown. If you've ever had like 5 minutes with him, he'll win you over for life.
He, to me, is the NBA's version of Dusty Baker.
Great call.
Where everybody loved him. Everybody loved Mike Brown. Everybody.
Yep. Except LeBron James, apparently. When they were in Cleveland. If I'm not mistaken, Mike Brown won a Coach of the Year award in Cleveland. And then LeBron was like, we got to get rid of this guy.
That should tell you something about who's saying it. So.
But Magic got Paul Westphal fired. So Westhead got Paul Westhead fired. So.
Long-standing tradition in the NBA.
Right.
Tommy, let's go back to him. Okay, go ahead, D.
All right, so we got Good Gravy is now my official name for my fantasy football team, Brooksy. That's a great one, Gross.
You're welcome.
Gross was awesome, dude. He's a really funny dude in our audience.
Gross, we'll probably have him on next week for a little hit, Paulie.
Cool.
Yeah. And we got one last one. So Dave became an 11-month super, and he said, just wanted to welcome Brooksy to the show and say, woo, pig, suey. Oh,
I gotta
boy.
get out of the way now. They're talking.
There we go, buddy. This is directly from Dave.
Go ahead, Brooksy. You take this one. Yeah.
We'll let you.
Give me a second.
Hold on. Brooksy's bringing out props like
Hold on.
Oh, yeah. I'm a prop comic for sure.
Okay. Arkansas Dave, we're going to get a response. Hang on.
There we go. Hold on. There we go.
Nice helmet game, dude. Strong.
Beautiful.
The Arkansas hasn't even won a SEC championship in God knows how long, let alone a national championship. Listen here. All right. It's college football is right around the corner. Okay. It's big boy time. All right. It's about this. Ain't nobody worried about Arkansas.
Oh, man.
Razorback.
Hey. Hogs get slaughtered. Okay. That's all you need to know.
Although, I know I'm asking, this is a totally innocent question. I'm not the college football expert that most of you guys are, but I could be wrong. Didn't Arkansas beat Alabama last year, or am I wrong? I could be wrong.
I don't believe they did.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Good chance I'm wrong. Good high percentage I'm wrong, but I thought they played them tough or maybe beat them. I don't know.
No, I don't think they did.
Okay, fair enough.
By the way, would have been hilarious if they did. I would have enjoyed it thoroughly, right? Screw Arkansas, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So yes, if they would have beaten Alabama, I would have enjoyed that.
Actually, Paulie, I think you're right.
Did they?
So 8-30-25, 52-7 victory over.
No way.
Yeah, I sort of remember that.
Wait. Arkansas beat Alabama 52-7.
That's what Google says.
I don't remember it being a blowout like that. But I was pretty sure I remember watching an Arkansas Bama game from last year, and I remember that they were definitely outplaying Alabama. I didn't realize it was a blowout. I didn't remember that they came on to beat them. No, actually, Arkansas Dave himself on the board right now, poo-pooing the whole thing. No. He goes, guys, no.
Oh, bad knowledge. Yep.
Arkansas did not beat any SEC team.
It was Alabama A&M.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was probably the connection you were mentioning.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That's my brain, dude. I'm brain damaged. Anyway, thank you, Arkansas Dave, for clarifying.
There is a massive difference between the University of Arkansas and Arkansas A&M. It's like, I feel like I would have remembered that one.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Paulie, while we're in this, we've got one more super here. So, hey, Rod, brother, did you hear the dumbass coach Dabo call Clemson the real Death Valley?
Listen, there's only one Death Valley, and it is on the campus of Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where my freshman dorm was.
Nice.
I stayed in the dorms in East Stadium dorms at Tiger Stadium. The dorms have long been since condemned. They should have been condemned when I was there because it wasn't the best living situation. But we lived in the stadium. How cool was that? And it was the cheapest. But yeah, when we whooped Clemson in the national championship game, we claimed the real Death Valley crown. When we beat Clemson last year, when we beat Clemson in Clemson. All right, when we beat them at Memorial Stadium in Clemson, South Carolina, where they are supposedly Death Valley, where they got the rock, Howard's Rock from Death Valley, and I'll get to that in a second. When we beat them last year, we proved that we're the real Death Valley. Now Clemson has to come to us.
Yeah, nice.
They got to come to Tiger Stadium this year to the real Death Valley. And you know what's going to happen?
Tell me.
We're going to whoop that ass again.
Yeah, whoop that
so
ass.
This has already been settled. And I love college football for a variety of reasons, but the traditions I love the most, and there is no stupider tradition in college football than when Clemson football players in full uniform leave their multi-million-dollar locker room to all get on buses to go to the front, to the back of the stadium and touch that stupid rock and run down a man-made hill.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They get in full uniform, get on buses, take a 3-minute drive to touch that stupid rock that old man found in Death Valley when I guess he was lost or something to run down a man-made hill in front of 50,000 screaming jackasses all wearing orange.
So good.
Fantastic.
Clemson.
I love it.
Hey, Brooksy, I never thought to put this together, but maybe you and I have something in common here. I've never even asked you this, but dude, I love this guy in the NFL. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. It's Joe Burrow. And I always feel like, in my mind, you could build an argument where he's arguably as talented as basically anybody out there, but he hasn't had the offensive line. He hasn't had the defense. Where are you with Joe Burrow? Do you love him? I freaking love the guy.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hey man, listen, winning those 2 championships, the one with Nick Saban and then the one with Les Miles. Those are always going to be special because I never in my wildest dreams thought that LSU would win a national championship, let alone those 2. But that 2019 LSU team, they're going to be talking about that team until the sun burns out. And there are many people who think, and you'll get some argument, you pick a Miami team, pick an Oklahoma team from back in the day or a couple of other squads. But there are plenty of people who are not fans of LSU who believe that 2019 LSU is the greatest college football team of all time. Yeah, Jamar Chase on that squad to star Justin Jefferson. Which Jefferson? Yeah, Justin Jefferson on that squad, now the wide receiver for the Vikings. Yeah, pro after pro after pro on that squad. But if Joe Burrow does not make that decision to come to LSU when he was looking for a home after he didn't have that fit with Ohio State, none of that happens. None of it. Yeah. So, yeah, man, Joe Burrow, as far as I'm concerned, Joe Burrow, good with me.
Me too. I love the guy, and I always felt like I'm not comparing him this way, but he reminds me of Dan Marino in this one way that Marino, as a young player, he goes to the Super Bowl. The Niners kick the Dolphins' ass. You always assumed, well, Marino's gonna, he'll have like 3, 4, 5 more chances. It never happened. And I wonder if that's the same fate for Burrow, which kills me because to me, he's a guy. He is a champion, and he's the kind of guy I would love to see put that ring on his finger. But I worry, Brooksy. I don't know if they're ever going to get back. I just don't know.
Here's the problem for Joe Burrow. He plays for the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah. And the Bengals, Mike Brown, their owner, Nepo baby extraordinaire, Paul Brown's son, is not going to get he's not going to do the necessary things you need to, like a competent offensive line, like better coaches, better scouts. Like their scouting department is a joke. He's not going to put together the infrastructure to maximize the talents of Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And that's ownership malfeasance. And kind of jumping here, it kind of gets back to the Steph thing where we are right now in his career. Everything's finite, all right, and not every great player gets to go out on their own terms.
Yeah.
And even when they do, they'll come back and try to scratch that itch, like Michael Jordan. Not everybody's Tom Brady, where they come back to scratch that itch and they go out basically on top. So again, everything is finite, particularly in sports. But I do understand Warrior fans' frustration that they haven't been, and they have failed again with not getting LeBron James. They have failed again to maximize the end of Steph Curry's career, where he is still playing, of course, at a very high level.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's tough. It is. Hey, let's do this, guys. Let me give Dan Coach Emilio some love, who I talked to on the phone this morning, by the way. The great Dan Coach Emilio, securemoney.com. Then on the other side, I'm thinking we might want to start the music assignment, Tommy. What do you think? It's like almost, let's just get into it.
I had a couple other more questions for Rod, maybe 49ers training camp stuff, just real quick, and then we can go to music. Yeah,
Perfect. I love it. And also, Tommy, I want you to follow through. Maybe hit him with this. Hit Rod with your Niner questions, and also hit him with your Dusty Baker questions.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you brought him up earlier, Rod, because I had a specific question about Dusty for you. That's perfect.
Right on the other side. We're going to do both those things, and then we'll go to the music assignment. Okay, so Dan Coach Emilio, securemoney.com, great financial advisor, and he's available to all of us here in the PMP community. This is a guy with 30 years of experience in the business, and he's bringing that to the table when you work with Dan. He provides his clients with honest service, great, fast, up-tempo results, all of which you deserve, of course. And then that focus of Dan's work at Secure Money is basically safety and protection. Again, protecting the money that you have coming in while helping you never lose money in the process, and then assisting you with a variety of ways to grow your money with financial growth and financial opportunity, that stuff like we wouldn't normally hear about unless you have a guy like Dan in your corner saying like, hey, this is something you might want to jump on. Dan can also work with you, help you maximize your income, paying fewer taxes. One of my favorite things Dan offers. It's the greatest. And then, of course, where I'm working with Dan right now is my 401k rollover. I didn't know it was going to, Dom, I'm telling you, I said, hey, I got this money. I want to make it grow. I want to kind of think about maybe moving it around. He's given me so many options. I'm still working on sorting through all of it. I really am. But I already feel super confident because he has different options where he can guarantee that he can grow your income by 8% on an annual basis. If you want to take a higher risk, he could grow it even more. He gives you like the tools, and then you make the choice. He can help you with retirement planning, life insurance policies, IRA planning, estate planning, and then again, the Paulie Max special, the 401k rollover, which I'm working with on Dan right now. And I can't tell you guys how helpful he's been. He's been incredibly helpful. Talk to him again today. Total pro. He also has access to guaranteed options, kids. Guaranteed options. 7% on 2-year terms, 8% on 5-year terms. SecureMoney.com is the website. Go check it out. You can see Dan's whole mission statement there, how dedicated he is to pleasing and satisfying his clients and his customers. He's not messing around. A great financial advisor, a great financial planner. Give him a shout. 1-888-960-SAFE. 1-888-960-SAFE. That's 7233. You can always email Dan as well. It's Dan@securemoney.com. Or just check out Dan tonight after the Logan Webb game. He'll be doing a post-game show, and he lets it all hang out, man. When Dan's talking Giant baseball, it's very, very entertaining. So thank you, Dan, and thank you, securemoney.com. Have a great weekend, Dan. Coach
I put Dan's station ID down below there, NorCal Sports NW. So it's great follow for any Giants fan. So
beautiful. Thank you, Dommy, and thank you, Dan Coach Emilio. Okay, let's hit Brooksy with your questions, and then we'll kick off the music assignment.
Sure, Rod. So I think we started to touch on some 49er stuff, so I kind of wanted to go there first. So we got training camp opening up Monday. I just wanted to kind of pepper you with 2 or 3 real quick questions about the camp starting. So the first one was, so far, has there been a rookie that has stood out? I don't know if you've gotten down there yet, but anyone that's highlighting stuff for you yet?
Well, I'll go with the obvious. There are 3 guys who I think those guys getting up to speed as quick as possible will be uber beneficial to this Niners squad. And I'm not saying anything that's out of bounds or earth-shattering, but I'll go in order, I think, of importance. Number 1, and this actually might surprise some people, Kalen Black. The Niners have to find someone who is a competent backup to Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
to lessen the McCaffrey load and just to, again, to diversify the offense. Black versus James, I think, is going to be a very interesting camp battle. Black seems like he'll have the edge in the pass game, which is very important. But, obviously being able to pass protect is very important. Obviously being able to run the ball is very important. So to me, Black is that's, I think, the number one rookie in my estimation. That's got to really hit quickly if the Niners are going to see this thing through and be a team that's led by vets, but you have a healthy mix of young guys into the mix. Behind him, Romello Height.
Oh yeah.
And to me, it's almost 1 and 1A. But we'll go 1-2. Romello Height, who's going to be that edge rusher on the opposite side of a hopefully healthy Nick Bosa. If you can get 5, 6, 8 sacks out of him, my man Dante Whitner thinks that he's going to be a double-digit sack guy.
Nice.
I hope that's the case.
Yep.
I'm not necessarily willing to go that far.
Right.
That's a lot, but again, I'd like to be wrong about that. But if you could get 6 to 8 sacks out of Height, that's good for the Niners, not just for the obvious. They only had 20 sacks last year.
Yeah.
But that's also going to help out the back end of that defense, which had problems last year in coverage, particularly the safeties, missed tackles as well. I'm kind of all over the place here, but it blew my mind, and it's crazy how these things go hand in hand. We all know the Niners only had 20 sacks last year. You guys know how many interceptions the Niners had?
Oh, dude, it's so paltry. I forget, Brooksy, the exact number, but Rod, I'm going to take a guess, and I'm going to say it was something like, this might be too high. As crazy as this sounds, I might be overshooting this. Was it 6?
6.
I'm going to price is right you, Paulie. I'm going to go under. I'm going $1.
It was 6 interceptions. Dude, Ronnie Lott used to have 6 by week 10.
You know
what I mean? And it was brutal. They could not take the ball away from any opposing offense.
Those two things go hand in hand. They had 20 sacks last year and 6 interceptions. So that tells you everything you need to know. They got to get more pressure for the obvious reasons, but the other benefit of that is to help out that secondary. And the third rookie, Deshaun Stribling. The Niners obviously have a very deep wide receiver room, but if they get a guy who can get them more yards after catch, because Mike Evans is not necessarily going to be a yak guy. Ricky Pearsall, you could see him getting in there, but if you could get Stribling to be the youngest, newest member of the Yak Pros, I think you're really cooking with something. So, a long-winded way of answering your question. Those are the 3 guys that, when I get to camp on Monday, I'm going to track their progress to see if those guys can get into the stream and get going without any hiccups.
Brooksy, awesome. Do you think you mentioned a wide receiver room? I'm actually my feelings have changed on the Brandon Ayuk story over the month. Like at first, I'm like, "What's this jackass doing?" Then I started getting worried. I'm like, "I hope this guy's okay." Honestly, because his behavior has been so erratic. Do you? Forget the Niners, but do you think is he going to even play in the NFL next season? Like, I can't even imagine a team maybe extending an offer at this point.
No, Steve Young has said, and he's 100% correct about this. It's hard to get into the NFL, but it's easy to get yourself out. And Brandon Ayuk is showing you how easy it is to get yourself out just by your behavior, by your words, by your actions. I say this, and I don't say this flippantly, because what I'm about to say is very serious. I hope that dude is okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
There seems to me, as an outside observer, there seems to me that there's something wrong with him just by virtue of the way that he's moving. His actions, his words are erratic at best. And because we now have a much better understanding and we now have empathy when it comes to head trauma.
Yeah.
That comes from football and an understanding and more empathy when it comes to athletes' mental health. And again, I am not saying this flippantly at all, because this ain't no joke.
Yeah.
I hope that dude is okay.
Yeah.
I hope if he's not okay, I hope he can get to the baseline of okay, because I don't want to open up my phone one morning
No.
and read some disturbing news.
Yeah.
So I'm with you there, Paulie. It's beyond like, man, what is this dude doing to just like, I don't like the road that this is going down
No.
at all.
No.
But
And
Rod,
I
I've always like I remember, didn't Herm Edwards really kind of help set him in the right direction, right? I wonder if like him reconnecting with him would do something.
I mean, I hope so, but it sure seems like that there's no one in Brandon Ayuk's camp right now that's able to get through to him. The people that tried to get through to him, like TJ Hushmanzada, are no longer in his camp.
Yep.
So I don't know who he's surrounding himself with or not. I don't know if people have reached out or not. All I know is what I see, and what I see from my own personal point of view.
Yeah.
None of it makes me go, oh, okay, this dude is like,
no, it's troubling.
It makes me feel queasy.
It's troubling. And Brooksy, I think Brooksy said something really important here. Is that you're right, man. You don't want to like open your laptop one day and see some horrible news about Brandon Ayuk. So hopefully,
and it's not like people are not trying to reach out to him. It's not like people are not trying to help him. Like I guarantee you, if he would allow the Niners to help him go through what he seems to be going through, even the Niners, who have no incentive to actually help him, I guarantee you, I know this for a fact because of the kind of people that they are, that Jed York and Keena Turner and so many people in that organization would help him in some way, shape, or form. They wouldn't enable him. They wouldn't give him what he wants. But if he needed help, and he were receptive to the Niners actually helping him, I promise you that they would do that.
I totally agree with that, and it can really be beneficial. I mean, you look at a guy like Charles Haley, who when he was playing, we didn't know what was behind all this. You know, he's going to kick George Seifert's ass. He's pissing on cars.
Car doors.
He's got, wow, Haley's crazy. Well, it turns out Haley had some issues that had to be addressed with depression, and there might have been some bipolar in there as well. And he worked on himself, and he really improved himself. And now he speaks eloquently about it. He can say, yes, I look back on those days. I did need help. I got the help I needed. So you're right, Rod. You hope that he takes the turn that's going to lead him in a better direction. And let's all kind of hope for that. So, Dami, last thing, hit Brooksy with your Dusty Baker, and then we're going yes music assignment. Okay.
Yeah, Rod. So on the heels of Kent going in as a Giant, first one in I think over a decade, maybe even more. So next year we've got Bochy and Dusty on deck, and Bochy, all-timer, he'll go in as a Giant, potentially even Buster. He's going to be eligible for the first time. Maybe he'll break down walls of like the numbers and everything that will get him accepted. But the one question I had is Dusty going in. He's a beloved Giant. But he also started off his career as a Dodger, played for Atlanta also for 8 years. Both of those teams, Dodgers and Atlanta, he played for 8 years. What team does he go in as into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, that's an easy question. He goes in as an Astro.
Nice. Well, hey,
I love it.
Listen, that's not a bad, I hadn't even thought of that, but that's actually a really good call.
Can he bring the home plate with him that
Hey man, why are you making the spot hot right now, dog?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where he won his world championship. That's what's what is getting him into the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Right?
Nice.
So to me, he goes in as an Astro.
I like that.
I like that too. That's so funny because Don was asking me about that before the show started. I didn't even consider the Astros, but now that you say that, that makes all the sense in the world. Yes. Yeah, I could see that. All right, Dami, there it is. Okay, so kids, here we go. Brooksy and I have bonded on a lot of things over the years, and music is definitely one of them. Brooksy and I talk comedy, Brooksy and I talk sports, and we talk music till the freaking cows come home. So before we get into the topic this week, we want to shout out our music assignment sponsor, the great people down at Standard Deviant Brewing in San Francisco, 2 locations, one at Pier 70 where the PMP Army has hung out a few times. Then, of course, they have the other location in the Mission District, 280 14th Street. Take your pick. I will tell you this. The Pier 70 location gives you those great bay views. You are literally across the street from the San Francisco Bay, and it's just it's a great place to hang out and just enjoy an afternoon or an evening, or go over today for happy hour. Both locations 100% committed to the city. They have flat screen TVs. You can watch all the games. Is that the Red Jet Shell photo, Dom?
No, this is straight from their website. So I think their guys took it. Yeah.
Okay, because she took a lot of beautiful
Very
photos.
similar one, yeah.
Yeah. In any case, you can also get a couple games of shuffleboard happening down there. And then, of course, the beers. They have so many varieties and different flavors of beers to try out. A variety of diverse beers, all true to style, and all the while enjoying that bay view I mentioned. Stop by Standard Deviant today. Enjoy the coldest tasting beer in San Francisco. And again, they stress this point. Everybody is welcome. We love this. The doors are open, man, and everybody is welcome to come on in and hang out and have a good time and have a couple of beers and get to know your neighbors in the community. 2 locations, both committed to providing safe spaces for your drinking and hanging out pleasure. And again, talk to Mark DeVito, the good people down at Standard Deviant. Talk to Mark about hosting a private event or a private party. Maybe you've got like a graduation party coming up, or a bachelor party, bachelorette, or have a viewing party like we did for Giants opening day. Get on down there and catch a game sometime. But we love you guys at Standard Deviant. Mark DeVito, onward and upward. There he is right there. Up in the right.
Mug of a Mark DeVito. He's also a good hang. So he's a great person to just hang out and have a beer with. So yeah, it's perfect.
Big time. Shout out to Paul too. Paul down there.
Oh yeah, Paul's awesome. Yeah.
They're all great, man. They are. And they're great guys to talk to. And we appreciate their support and partnership. So Brooksy, I'm going to turn it back to you right now. And dude, I didn't even know you were a Yes fan, but let's get into this. So what led you to Yes, and why are we doing Yes tunes today? I love it.
So let me say this. I mean, I love you as on a human level for so many reasons, but you talked about when we started how we worked together, and that was your first radio partnership, and it was an absolute blast. Because I mean, other than working with Bob, you are right behind him in terms
thanks,
of
man. Yeah, it was great.
Favorite partner and the best time I've ever had doing radio. And there is a massive gap between you and everybody else that I've worked with.
Thank you.
A lot of people that will not be named. Anywho, but dude, what you did for me, because we bonded over music, but bro, you opened my eyes up to so many different artists that I thought I do, but I didn't know about, man. And you expanded my music, and I mean this. You expanded my musical horizons more than any other person.
Wow.
That I've had in my life.
My pleasure.
Flat out, man. And I am always going to be eternally grateful to you for that. And like, it was so cool. Like, I heard about Led Zeppelin, but I didn't know Led Zeppelin. So to work backwards on Led Zeppelin was and to be able to see it through adult eyes was awesome.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say, I got into Yes about 15, 18 years ago. So I was, when Owner of a Lonely Heart came out in '83, like, I was a kid and I liked the song. But it was just a song from a band that I didn't really know anything about. Owner of a Lonely Heart is absolutely one of my favorite songs, even before I fully got into Yes. Yeah. But about 15, 18 years ago, a buddy of mine had acquired almost 2 terabytes worth of music. And he was like, you want to check out this hard drive I have, and you can take whatever music you want. I'm like, yeah, sure. Nice. So I took a bunch of music from it, and he had basically every Yes album and song recorded. So I was like, oh, okay. Fine, I'll take it. And I just dove right into it, and it absolutely blew my mind. So I worked, like you sort of introduced me to, I worked backwards from the Yes album 90125 that had Owner of a Lonely Heart on it. And I worked my way backwards all the way to the beginning. And
Nice.
I have been an absolute fan ever since. And I'll give you a little weird thing here. Everybody, of course, remembers Sherman Hemsley, George Jefferson from the Jeffersons.
Yep.
Did you know that Sherman Hemsley was a massive Yes fan?
Dude, now let me tell you what. No, I did not, but now my Hemsley, and I'm already a fan, dude. Dude, the walk alone, the hands behind the back. Dude, the walk alone. I mean, I'm sold right there. Now that I know, dude, he was going home and rolling freaking record. Incredible. I'm so glad you told me that, dude. Thank you for that piece. That's outstanding. Did you know that, Tom?
No, I didn't. So this is amazing.
Tremendous factoid. Tremendous.
So yeah, I became a Yes fan, and I love them. And it's a hard band to wrap your head around and to really grasp because of insane lineup changes. Like it's been a revolving door and warring factions within the group.
Yep.
But they're still making albums. They're still touring. Their original vocalist, John Anderson, high falsetto voice. He still got it. He's still got it. And like I said, I'm just a big fan. It's prog rock, and again, it's another reason that they can be hard to embrace, hard to wrap your head around, because you you got to sit through some 15-minute songs and some wankery and what are these guys doing? But if you commit, you will get some good stuff. And the musicianship, the guitar play of now I'm blanking on his name, Steve Howe. Thank you. The great Steve Howe. Like Steve Howe's is a genius.
Monster. Yep.
A genius. Rick Wakeman with his capes on the keyboard.
Absolute
genius.
Dude, anybody walking on stage in a silk cape right there.
Right. And yo, dog, wearing it, brother.
Dude, he's not messing around. He's
not at all.
He's dead serious.
Not at all. And I love, even though this caused a schism within the band and it's a schism with Yes fans, and maybe it's because this was my introduction to Yes, the 90125 album, Owner of a Lonely Heart, specifically the Trevor Rabin era. He's an incredible guitarist, an incredible arranger, an incredible composer. Like the NBA on TNT theme that they still use for Inside the NBA on ESPN, that's Trevor Rabin.
Nice.
Like he wrote that. Wow. He wrote that, right?
Nice.
So it's I think they're an absolutely fascinating band. That again, if you could get past the seeming barriers to entry to Yes, you'll absolutely enjoy it.
Oh, no question. Rod, beautiful intro right there, man. That was fantastic. And also shout out to Chris Squire, the bass player. His whole thing, like that. In fact, Geddy Lee from Rush worships Chris Squire, worships him. Geddy plays a Rickenbacker bass because of Chris Squire. And Geddy's tone, that kind of growling, like distorted low end bass, that's all. See, there it is right there.
John, you and JJ on the exact same page. So,
it's true. The guys in Rush are massive Yes fans. They're like the son of Yes. And the only thing, the difference is I think Rush's music is heavier. Like they leaned more towards like heavy metal or heavy rock than Yes did. But you're right. They're like sister bands. And then Brooksy, I have to, before we get into the list, because we'll go through the audience submissions first. Then we'll do our picks. And Brooksy, I have a playlist. I will add today's songs onto the PMP 26 playlist, public playlist on Spotify. Brooksy, I got a factoid for you too, and I can't wait to share this. So you gave me the George Jefferson, which is mind-blowing. Okay. Are you aware of the fact that Rick Wakeman played keyboards on the entire Black Sabbath album called Sabbath Bloody Sabbath?
No.
Rick Wakeman's on keys the whole album. Check it out. It's the one that's right before Sabotage, actually. So it goes Volume 4, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, and then Sabotage. So Wakeman played on the whole record. He's credited. You'll hear him too. It's like that's the Black Sabbath album that has the most keyboard presence, and that's all Wakeman. And then to continue this thing, when Black Sabbath did their final tour a few years back with Ozzy, it came through Oakland. I went to the show. Wakeman's son was playing keyboards with Black Sabbath on that tour. So the Wakemans and Sabbath have like a real history together. And you got to like keep that in mind. When you listen to Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, that's all Wakeman.
I was like, now I can, in my head, because I have a lot of things in here, I can hear it. Right?
Totally.
That's Rick Wakeman. But here, and this is what's awesome about music. You cannot find a bigger gap in the 70s in music than heavy metal, invented by Sabbath,
Yeah.
and prog rock.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think musicianship wise,
Yeah.
they're akin, which is I guess why Wakeman worked with Sabbath. But in terms of just kind of the visual, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, there's no bigger gap yet because they are together musicianship wise. It makes sense that you would have a keyboard virtuoso like Wakeman work with Sabbath, who, as far as playing their instruments, Naomi's damn good at what he does.
Yeah.
Butler, damn good at what he does, and a great lyricist, does not get enough credit for that.
Right.
And my man on drums is incredible. He's a jazz drummer in a heavy metal band. For God's sakes, right? It's so like that's what's great about music is that on the surface you would think there's no way that a member of Yes would work with Black Sabbath, but when you think about it and when you listen, of course it makes sense. They're basically playing the same music. They're just doing it at a different in a different way.
Yeah, man. No, it's a trippy batch of songs too. I like that record. And all right, well, Dommy, let's do this. Let's see the listener submissions, and then we'll kick it around with us, and then we can wrap it up today.
Yeah, and I may have missed a few, so if anyone did, I totally apologize just because I got this together right before the show started. So you can throw it in the chat and we'll put it up. So
okay.
Yeah, so we got some good ones here. Miriam, I've seen All Good People.
Love it. Love absolutely. That track. One of my favorites.
Yes.
Yeah, so freaking good. Here, let me get the banner off here real quick. Just for 1 second. There we go. All right, now we can see Rod. Oh. I think we'll leave it. We got standard on there. Sorry, buddy. We got Noemi, Owner of a Lonely Heart. Yeah, that's one of the first songs that dragged me into listening to Yes, too. It came in. I was telling Paulie earlier, I bought a stack of records at an estate sale 15 years ago or so, and that album was in there, dove in, and then it kind of pulled me into it. So
I think that went number one. If it didn't, it is by far Yes's most popular song in terms of it charting.
Yeah, that was like their big comeback. I remember that when that album came out, that was like the return of Yes, and they were huge. They did a massive tour on that album, and that was kind of like my generation's moment with Yes.
Right.
And that was the Trevor Rabin years, and that's the schism. You had Steve Howe was gone. He didn't want to work with because Rabin and Trevor Horn. He was the producer at the time. Horn was actually in the band on the Drama album, which was, I believe, was before 90125. Howe and a couple of other guys quit because they didn't want to work with a dude from the Buggles. Trevor Horn was with the Buggles, who were the band that had the first video on MTV, Video Kill the Radio Star.
Nice, dude. Nice. Totally. All right, Tommy, keep rolling.
We got Gravy also with I've Seen All Good People, and I think Patty threw that one in there too. So I think the rule is if it makes it 3 times, it makes it to the list, right?
You're right.
No, it's true. So, no, definitely. I'll put that on the list.
On there.
Yep.
Awesome. And we've got one here. I think this one you should take, Paulie, from Rags.
Anderson, Buford, Wakeman, and Howe, Brother of Mine. Me and Smack lost a okay. Right. No, one of our friends. Yes, this is true. This is one of our friends from high school passed away tragically in a car incident just many years ago. And Rags, no, that's great, dude. Fantastic. Brother of Mine. Nice pull, Rags. Very nice, dude.
Nice.
And so I don't know that song, but my guess is that it's when those 4 guys, again, it's just so many, it's a revolving door of Yes members going and coming. Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, and Howe, original lineup guys, that they went off and did their own thing. There was, it's music. There were lawsuits involved and all that shit. So I don't think they could use the Yes name. So they just went out and did their own thing.
That's it.
While playing Yes songs. Yeah.
Yep. That's it. That's awesome. Exactly right, Brooksy. That's it exactly.
Nice.
Okay.
We got Aaron. Love Will Find a Way.
Well, nice. Absolute favorite songs.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Nice. Nice.
I eat at Chez Nou.
Yeah. He's not really sure what that means about finding love, but
it's a beautiful song. Beautiful song.
Then we got Ray with 2. So he had Our Song and Leave It. Those were his 2. And Ray is a huge Yes head. So that's awesome, Ray.
He's a guitar player too, Brooksy. Our guy Ray. That's nice. Good. Okay.
Yep. Then Patty also has I've Seen All Good People, and Mikey with Roundabout.
First Roundabout vote. I was expecting a bunch of Roundabouts, but that's the first one. Roundabout's undeniable, dude. The bass line alone,
right.
But that bass line is insane on Roundabout.
I am such a nerd that every time I go to Tahoe, every time, and I'm driving along the lake, I have to listen to Roundabout at least once.
Nice.
In and around the lake, mountains come out of the sky and they stand there.
Dude, how about the breakdown? It's mayhem. They're like, boom, 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 boom.
And here's the thing: it works. It works.
Oh, totally.
It works.
Yeah, what a jam. What a
Rod, I'm going to be up there in a few weeks, so I'm going to do that exact thing.
They have to do it.
That's awesome.
It's spiritual.
Great call.
Happening. I'll report back. All right, then we got JJ with Rick Wakeman. He also, Paulie was talking about the Sabbath connection, and so he's talking about some solo work, The Myth and Legend of King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table, 1975. Yeah,
nice, JJ. Very nice, man. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Then we got Sweet Mad Hatter, We Have Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, we got Cheeks, Adventure, the Yes album, the whole thing, and then 5% for Nothing. Oh, Fragile.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Yeah. And then Lily, Owner of a Lonely Heart, and Mr. Lily with Changes.
Yes.
All right, man. Fantastic. Thank you guys for playing along. We always appreciate your submissions. And what we're going to do is we will add I've Seen All Good People based on it getting the multiple 3 votes there. So that one's going on. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to kick this thing off, and I'll go first, then Dami, and then we'll let Brooksy wrap it up. Sure. It's funny. I mean, I was torn between I've Seen All Good People, but that got all these votes, so we're good. And the only other guy I saw mention this one track, and I always got a kick out of this song, is Leave It. So that's going to be my song, is Leave It, which is also off the 90215 record, the huge album they had. Owner of a Lonely Heart was like the first single, huge hit. I mean, it was on the charts forever. And then they backed it up with this really weird song called Leave It. And a lot of it is like a cappella. One down, one to go. And they're all like doing this like a cappella thing. It's really wacky. And then, dude, do you guys remember this is like one of the funniest things of all time. They released something like 15 different versions of a video for that song. And there were basically the guys in Yes standing there, and like one version they'd be upside down,
exactly.
Like sideways,
flip the other way.
Like, this is so out there, dude. I can't help but love this, and I just like the song. I think it's a really interesting, like offbeat tune. You don't hear a lot of pop songs like this, or what you would have under the pop umbrella, like on a Billboard chart. But it was, and it was a hit single, and it worked, and it was really weird. So I'm going to go with Leave It. That's my choice.
That's awesome. Paulie, dude, that's a great segue too, because you brought up that video, and it was kind of in my head because music and art are so connected for me. Like when I'm creating something, I'm drawing, or vice versa. If I'm listening to music, art comes into my mind, right? So visualizing stuff. So album covers and the art of Yes has always been fascinating to me. So, I mean, it's just like out there. They'll push it. They'll do something that's timely. It was really, really interesting. So my choice is Heart of the Sunrise off Fragile, because I freaking love that album cover.
Nice.
When I take it out and know that it's going on the turntable, I just get the positive particles. So that's my choice. It's combo for the art, and I love that song. It's fantastic.
Great call, Dami. And you're right. The Yes album cover art, I mean, it was like the Stoners' delight. You could just shout out to the Stoners of the 70s, dude. How many kids were sitting in their rooms and like, whoa, dude, like looking at those Yes albums, because there's like a whole universe in there.
Can you imagine putting on any Yes album, like, going for the one or just any of them? Can you imagine putting that album on and then putting the cover down and taking the seeds and stems out of the product that you've acquired and on the album cover and rolling it up and getting your mind right while listening to that? Like it's a whole experience. It's a whole thing.
No question, man. No question. All right. Well, Brooksy, you take it home. You finish strong, and I'm curious. I'm psyched to see what you got, what you're going to come up with here.
So if you guys will indulge me, I'm going to cheat here because I want to do 2 songs. Because again, there are two different versions of Yes. Like I said, you have the classic, lineup, and with the albums that came with that, and then you have the Horn and Rabin era. with the drama 90125. So if I could take a song from each of those eras, I'd appreciate it. So as far as the classic lineup is concerned, those albums like Fragile, the Yes album, Close to the Edge, I want to go with Starship Trooper.
Nice.
Which
good.
is a classic song.
Yep.
What the hell does it mean?
Right.
It's long.
Yeah.
Tempo's change. It's trippy.
Yep.
But it's just really, really, really
Love
good.
it.
So
Love
I
it.
want to go with Starship Trooper. It's just like a quintessential Yes song. This is somebody said, what is prog rock?
Yeah.
I put on Starship Trooper.
Perfect. No, great. That's it. That's it.
Taking one from the Horn Rabin era, I'm going to go with Tempest Fugit, which is Latin for Time Flies. And it's way different than the classic because it's much faster tempo.
Yep.
It's not necessarily almost like a ready-made pop song like Owner of a Lonely Heart, but it's what, maybe 4 minutes along those lines. It's Yes sped up and tightened up. And I love it. So those are my two, if you'll indulge me. Starship Trooper from the classic lineup, and Tempest Fugit from, I forget if it's on Drama.
I think it's on Drama,
or if it's on Big Generator. I can't remember. But those are my two songs. Starship Trooper and Tempest
beautiful,
Fugit.
dude. Brooksy,
Nice,
I didn't see this coming. Before today, I didn't even really know Brooksy was into Yes, but this is great.
So when Dom said music assignment, I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I was running, and I have just a bunch of songs on shuffle. I don't know what's coming up. And a Yes song came up. I think it might have been. It was either Sweet Dreams or Rhythm of Love. I forget exactly, but a Yes song came up, and this is the show. This is Particles. This is
man. Yeah.
Of course.
That's it. There it is.
We'll talk about Yes.
What else is great about this is it's never really come up on the show. Like, we've done a lot of music assignments and we've never had anything Yes related. So this is like brand new territory. I loved it, dude. So I will put all of these tracks on right after the conclusion of our show today. And Brooksy, I just want to say thanks, man. Thanks for coming on today. Thanks for giving us the time. Oh, I love you, man. It's always a pleasure to hang. And I know I'm going to see you soon because we got a lot of stuff coming up. We got events, we got parties, we got Giants games, I got gigs. So, Brooksy, I will see you soon. We're going to let you go so we can finish up and just do our last sponsor reads. And but we'll let you start your weekend. So, Brooksy, thank you, my man. Always a pleasure.
Listen, man, my summer's about to slow down, so I can't wait to see you guys. Can't wait to hang out with you guys independent of this. And let me say this again. There would be no quality hang if not for you, Paul, if not for Tony, if not for you, Dom, and the crossover from the PNP family, becoming the Quality Hang family. Seriously, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm forever grateful. I appreciate all of you. I cherish all of you, and you guys are like my brothers, man. And I can't wait to see you. I cannot wait to talk to you, and I love you all to death. And listen, anytime you guys need me, if I got the time, I will absolutely be here. Don't even worry about it.
Love you right back,
versa, Rod. Vice versa. Right. If you need anything for your show and what you're doing, we're always here. So, and maybe Seth the intern can lend a hand. A couple times. You never know.
We're gonna get Brooksy his own Seth. I will get on that today. And Brooksy, I love you, man. Thank you again. Have a good week.
I love you guys. I love you, PNP Army. I'll see you guys down the road soon.
Rock and roll. Rod Brooks, everybody. Give me some love on the way out. We love Brooksy. I got Brooksy's back forever. Rod, let me tell you something about Rod Brooks real quick on the way out here. Brooksy, with no embellishment, he's one of the most solid human beings I've ever met. Like, if he says he's your friend, he's your friend. He's like John Lennon said, say what you mean what you say. That's Rod Brooks. Like, he doesn't say one thing and then do another. He is rock freaking solid. And he's also great on the air, dude. Brooksy on TV, I'll tell you what, the attention Brooksy gets on TV by the ladies, I mean, holy cow. We can only dream about that kind of reaction, Rob, but I've seen it so many times over. Just, oh my God, he is so handsome. Oh my God, he is so good looking. Oh my God, look at that suit. And he looks cool. He got the cool suit. And I'm just happy to be a friend of his. So thank you again, Brooksy. Okay.
That was a blast.
Last thing we got to do today is we're going to give the tickets away. But before we do that, Brooksy, I'm sorry, Tommy, I want to give your outfit some love. So let me tell y'all about Stellar freaking Design, folks. Here we go. Now, Stellar Design. We've talked about him. Listen, Dom is not only a huge part of what we're doing, he also is a great partner because Dommy and Stellar Design have helped our show out a great deal. You've seen Dom's artwork at the events we do. You've seen Dom's artwork at the gigs I play. By the way, got one coming up next week, folks. Please join me. Friday night, next Friday night, July 31st. We end the month at the Brisbane Inn. We are going to have a good time. You know, the Brisbane Inn, I think, Dom, is going to become like the Paulie Mac and Friends version of like the Fillmore. That's like our home base.
We're kind of putting our roots in. They took the logo off the poster last time and painted a huge mural of it. So we've got our roots connected there.
And if you've never been down there, just know it's like hanging out in your living room. Like the people who run that place. So shout out to Tiffany. She is so cool.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome.
She's a fan of ours. She's like, no, we want you guys to keep coming back. So we got this gig on Friday of next week. And then we have like a Halloween show coming up at Brisbane later. So anyway, we'll talk about the later gigs. But yeah,
we may or may not show up in costume right?
Yeah, dude, there's talk on the street. And I told Dom the other day, I'm already thinking about doing, and this would be a real mind blank for people, but I'm thinking about painting my face as Paul Stanley and then singing Grateful Dead songs. Like that would be a lot to kind of compute. Well, we'll see. But yes, there is talk. The band might be in costume too. And I kind of think we should. But anyway, Stellar Design, folks. This is the thing. Dommy has all this artistic ability. You've seen his talents. Let him go to work for you if you have the need. So if you have an idea or you have like a rough idea of something that could become a great product, that's where Stellar Design will come in. And they're happy to announce. Here we go, Dom. We got phase one. We got the launch of Ancora X1. This is the wrist-worn device designed to help relieve hand tremors. That is great to hear. And Dommy, tell us about this a little bit.
Yeah, so we've been working with this outfit. They're out of Boston. So they have been researching how to help people with hand tremors. So this is a huge problem all over the globe. As people age, this comes up, and for a variety of reasons. And they basically invented this way for to help stop it and mitigate it. So we helped them design the very first piece of hardware that you wear that helps with hand tremors. There's going to be more coming. This is really just like step one of the process. So in the next year or so, we'll see kind of rollouts of solutions that help people. So we're honored to work with them. So thank you to the Ancora Therapeutics team.
Awesome, Dom. I love to see that, man. And I love you guys have done so much good work for so many different causes and companies and products. And again, this is what Stellar Design does. They will take that back of the napkin sketch you kind of doodled out there. And then you give that to Dom, he'll turn that into something real, an actual product that can help people's lives, like this Ancora X1. That's awesome, dude. I love to hear you're involved with that. So again, if you're watching the show, you're listening to the show, you're a startup company, or you're an employee of like one of the big Bay Area companies, a tech company, Dom can go to work for you. Dom can further your visibility and give you guys the artwork that's going to really help your product shine. So reach out to Dom anytime, or it could be a specialty project like Bonnie, the Great Scarlet Fire. She's got that family reunion, and Dom did this whole like baseball motif. That poster was freaking awesome you made for her. Visit stellar.design and let's make it real. Let's make it happen together. Dommy will be at your service. It's Dominic@stellar.design. Dominic@stellar.design. And thank you, Dom, for all you do, man. You're gonna like the Nobel Peace Prize winner of the PMP community.
No. You gotta find.
We got most stylish, because we'll be adding categories, and I keep feeling a heavy Noemi presence on this one. Most stylish, and then maybe like the PMP Nobel like Good Samaritan Prize or something like that. Spin off on the Peace Prize. Yeah, I think Dom is a leading contestant in that one.
Well, we've got the Hans Lufa right above me there. That has to go to somebody next year. So we'll figure out where that goes next year.
Yeah, and at Long Bridge Pizza, right next to Rags's photograph, the Donardi Trophy stands proudly with that slice of pizza angled down. It's freaking hilarious, that thing. Also want to shout out, I always love saying hello to the new faces. We got a new one out here right now. It's Thai Eagles 1. Nice. Thai Eagles 1. Rags, move over. We got an Eagles fan on board now. So we got, hey, listen, I'm all about the diversity. We got Niner fans, Raider fans, Cowboy fans. Now we got an Eagles fan. So Ty, welcome aboard, man. He's a big day for Philly. I always felt like this, Tom. If I was a pro athlete, it would be one of those cities where I got drafted by Philly or something, it'd be like, well, you have to win that crowd over. Because if they turn on you, it's your life is. Ask Ben Simmons. Go ask Ben Simmons how much the fans in Philly appreciate him.
Totally.
Like, once they turn on you, it's over. But if you win them over,
right,
you're the king of that city forever. Somebody like Allen Iverson, who never even won a ring, but they hold him in such high regard. Like when Iverson walks down the street in Philly today, he gets swarmed with love. And Nick Foles, big blank Nick,
great call.
He will be a king of Philly forever. So,
well, that's why I'm curious, Paulie, to see the first handful of flops that LeBron does in Philly. How are they going to embrace it? Are they going to start whistling at him and booing him? So it's going to be really interesting.
It's one of those things like it's kind of like when Richard Sherman came to the Niners, like, where it's like, oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he was public enemy number freaking one around here for a long time. And then all of a sudden he's playing in a Super Bowl wearing our jersey. By the way, not really making plays either in the fourth quarter when I needed to, man. People don't talk about that. Everybody blames Garoppolo. Oh, he overthrew Emmanuel. Well, yeah, maybe he did. But I could have used a little bit of better coverage from Richard Sherman in the fourth quarter. They were throwing right at him. Mahomes just attacked Sherman, and he succeeded. So, anyway, sorry. I don't know. You see all the pent up. I still have so much pent up like disappointment
coming back at you.
I know. And also, I was thinking I had another Garoppolo moment today when Brooksy and I were talking about Joe Burrow, and I I actually think this is a game Niner fans don't really talk about very often. People will say one of the great Garoppolo games, if not the best, was that road win in New Orleans when and I was at that game, Dom. I actually went down for that.
Yeah, you were there. I remember that.
Yeah. And it was so much fun. It was the first time I had taken to the road to go see a Niner game like that. And the plane was packed with Niner fans. I flew down like on a Friday night.
Nice.
Let's go Niners.
Yeah, that's the best.
Like, it was crazy. And there were so many Niner fans in New Orleans, including Medium Impact Brian, our old
nice.
Yep, he made the trip too, Murphy McAlum. And that was a great game. And Garoppolo was great. But I always try to remind people, don't forget about the time Garoppolo went into Cincinnati when the Bengals were really good in December, and he beat them. That was one of the best Garoppolo games. He made some big plays in that game.
Absolutely.
So I was thinking about that when Rod was talking Burrow. I'm like, damn, Jimmy G beat him in there.
I've always loved Joe Burrow, and before Purdy came on board, I always wished that they kind of tried to make a move to bring him out here because we could do another Joe Cool 2.0 out here easily.
Oh, dude. I mean, let me ask you this, and I'm not knocking Purdy. I'm not knocking Garoppolo. They're Niner quarterbacks. These are guys I care about, and I want them to win. Do you think if the Niners had Joe Burrow, they would have won a ring in either of those two Super Bowls?
Man, I don't know. That's tough.
Burrow doesn't give a damn about the Chiefs. That's one thing.
Yeah,
he'll walk right into Arrowhead and be like, "Let's go. I'll take you guys out right now."
Yeah, and I mean, but see, this is the thing I always come back to too. He'd be trading one offensive line for another. That's very similar. So
yeah. I know. Great. That's a great call.
I know.
To go going from one to another model. Rags, great call by Rags in Jersey saying, guys, it's Dr. J in Philly.
There you go. Good call.
And again, if it wasn't for those Celtic teams in the 80s, Dr. J would probably have a couple more rings.
Yep.
The Sixers were so good back then, but they only got past Boston that one time. And when they did, they beat the Lakers. They won a ring. But great call, Regs. No, Dr. J is on the Mount Rushmore. Do you think Jalen Hurts will be? Because he gave him a ring. I mean, the guy played his ass off. He delivered a Super Bowl to Philly. And he's so maligned. Like, people really got on his case last year.
I know. Last year was so weird, right?
Yeah.
They really got on him just coming off. It's like, I mean, that's how it's like. What you're only as good as your latest game. So that's Philly's really strict about that.
And I wonder what the future is for Sirianni. It's a guy that I'm not crazy about, but Kate Scott swears by him. She says like he's one of these guys. If you get to know him, he'll win you over. But I don't know him, and I don't like him.
Well, Paulie Beat LA just said a few minutes ago on the chat that we should try and get Kate on to give us her perspective of LeBron coming to the Sixers.
Yeah. No, good call. We should. We'll get Kate in the next week or two. Yep. Charles P1 Chuck coming in. Guys, Mike Schmidt, for Christ's sakes.
There you go.
Great call, dude. And I don't think I ever met a single baseball fan that didn't like Mike Schmidt. Like, you ever meet anybody like, oh, I hate Schmidt? He's just never – he was incredible. You want to talk about a power
Great
hitting
ball
third
player.
baseman. Jesus H. Those Phillies teams, man, they were a constant playoff presence when I was a kid in the 70s and the 80s. Larry Bowa, Steve Carlton, what was it, catcher Brett Boone?
Oh yeah,
right?
Boone. Yep.
Dude, freaking the
Crutch.
Bull, Lazinski, dude, what a great nickname, the Bull.
Totally.
You know what I mean? That's my boy, the Bull. And then Tug McGraw, dude, in 1980, finally winning that World Series in
That's
Philly.
right. Paulie, this is entirely too much Philly talk for a Friday, so we need it.
It started because I saw my guy Ty Eagles.
I know, totally.
Welcoming him to the to the mix.
No, that's great.
Let's end the show and end the week with our final Giants ticket giveaway. Now, this is for August 14th, which is coming up soon, folks. Friday night. We've got a good chunk of the PNP Familia already ticketed up, but we have more. So please use the QR code right here. Get your phone up there. Get the code. Go to the link and grab a couple tickets. We have specially priced. We work with the Giants on this. So we're not like putting money in our pocket. We're just trying to get the best deal for all of us. So I will be there, of course. Dom, Tony, a good chunk of the PNP Familia. Rod Brooks might join us. I think that's on the table. He's thinking about it if he can. We have other VIPs we're looking forward to seeing there too. And we'd love to see you. So use the QR code or stand by. Because Dommy's about to spit. This is my favorite freaking thing I think we do on PNP. And Dom, this is a Dom Peralta create. Yeah, dude, the wheel of gifts. All right, so we've got
a list here, Paulie, and I've got about I think there's 16 or so people on here. I just want to give folks in the chat, in case you don't see your name on here, and a few of them are on here, and I know that even if you win, if you're out of the area, it would be difficult. Like Rags made a comment this week, but I thought it would be interesting to still have him on there and a few others that if they win, then they can pick the winner. So that's
freaking fantastic. I love that. How about this? Miguel Salas, spin it. That's all he says.
Spin it. I love that.
Nicky DiFrancesco, I see you, brother, with one of my favorite mugs. He goes, I got a piece of this. I got Rockin' New Era. Holy cow, my name's on there. I know, this is exciting. I love that. And behold, I want to remind everybody, once we pick the winner, behold Dom's special effects. You're going to get the confetti shower. I can't wait. All right, Dom, I'm going to stand back and hand it to you. You do your thing here, brother.
All right. I think I see one more that needs to get added. So I'm going to add Dave on there. And then I think, let's see, Esco. I think I got you on here, Cheeks, don't I? Escobar. All right. I think we're good.
No, Cheeks, you're on there. Cheeks, you're right there. We got you, man. We got
you.
Yeah.
All right. So it's time to spin it, buddy.
Spin this bad, but look at this. Oh my God. I freaking spinning wheel. All right, who is it? Mike.
Mike. Nice.
Who's
all right? So I'll go back and check. I think I'll go back and double check the list. But
is this the great Mikey, like Patty's other half?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a different Mike.
Dude, the mysterious Mike. I like this. Just a mysterious Mike.
Totally. And I don't know if I have his contact info, so we'll put it out there, Paulie. We can kind of share to see if we can get a hold of him. So Mike, shoot us an email at pauliespod@gmail.com to get your contact info. I can find him on YouTube. Paulie, I'm going to spin one backup plan just in case we can't get a hold of him.
Okay, good. So this
why not spin it again, right? So number one winner is Mike.
Okay.
From comments. Number two, we'll have a plan B. Plus, I just want to see it spin. So there you go.
Dude, look at this. Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah. Give me some more confetti, dude. Give me some more cheese.
All right.
Or is it only one? You can only do it once?
I can only do it once. It's a one-time deal, buddy.
I hope you guys caught that, dude. When Escobar's name came up, we got the confetti shower. And that's totally appropriate, dude.
There you go.
I was just talking about Cheeks to Tony yesterday via text.
Yeah.
And by the way, Cheeks, dude, well, first of all, congratulations. We'll sort it out with this mysterious Mike, whoever that is. I don't know, but I'm curious to see who Mike is. But thank you guys for playing. And Cheeks, I just want you to know, dude, doors open. But don't feel any pressure. If you can bring the congas down, First Bane in, I'd love to have you sit in. And if you can't next week, no problem. I have like 5 or 6 more gigs coming up after that. Yeah. We're booked for months now. So, but know that I want you to play with us. I do. I want the congas at least on a few tunes.
Okay.
And just know the door's open. If you can make it next Friday, great. If not, plenty more shows coming up. Okay. Congratulations to Mike and Escobar. And that's really it for us, Dommy. Great week. Thank you for everything you did. Dom did a a lot of heavy lifting this week, so thank you for that,
Oh,
man.
happy to help, buddy. It was super fun. And we got videos from Tony, so that was amazing. Pecan came on. Thank you, Pecan. The great Rod Brooks. I had to show this photo because I freaking love this picture, Paulie. You and Rod just so happy.
Well, you know what this was? That was last year. I sat in with the Freestone Peaches up at the Hot Monk. That was up
Hot Monk. Yeah.
And so this is, I think, after I sang with the band, I just jumped right back out and started drinking with Brooksy and Tony, and met a few PMPers that night. That was a fun night. And that is a good shot. Yeah, there's a couple of happy guys right there, man. So
that's so freaking great. So it was an awesome week. Thank you for having me on. We'll do it again next week, Paulie. This was a total blast.
Okay, and also shout out to another new face. I love to acknowledge new faces and a great freaking handle. Tony, say hello, or excuse me, Dommy, say hello to Fat Frog 69.
Nice. I freaking love it.
69. Happy to have you in the community, brother. Hope to see you next week too. And we have an encore performance from Pecan too. We got Pecan coming up next week for the
Paulie, some stuff we got on deck for next week. So we got Pecan likely on Thursday, Bonnie if we can for a quick little quiz on Wednesday, Tuesday or Monday we may have Ted Ramey. So we're kind of working on some options for next week. So and a couple others too. Probably Grosh and Fareed. So it'll be a fun week again.
Excellent, man. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Noemi, Big Al, Patty, Grosh, Arkansas Dave, the great Lily, and Mr. Lily, too.
Right.
Rockin' New Era, Karen Bell, Rags on the golf course in New Jersey, Hit 'em Straight, Cheeks, the big winner, Maddie Stenson, all of you guys. Rockin' New Era, we got Nikki D, all you guys. We love you guys.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
And P1 Chuck, have a good weekend down there, man. And Dommy, pull those levers, take us home, man. Let's get
all right, buddy. Yeah, thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
It's business. It's business time.
Oh, there we go. And there we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah, always ready to do some air drumming. All right, Dommy, great week. Thanks again. You guys have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and get through it in one piece, and we'll see you on Monday at 4:20, and I will say this, cheers, y'all. Have a good one,
everybody.
guys.
Have a good weekend.